Hi, ladies. It's me, Sandra, coming with you with an update. Gosh, I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already. So, in my last video, I told you guys that I was going forward with the IVF process and that I was waiting on my cycle, which haven't quite started yet. I did get some spotting today, so I'm assuming it's gonna come down with this first flow on tomorrow. However, I did learn that my doc decided to do a mid-cycle IVF. So on cycle day 21 of my last cycle, I started E-Trace. And he wanted me to start that because I have short cycles and I have early ovulation. So he wanted to kind of take control of my follicles before they started growing too fast. He wanted to make sure they didn't grow because they want to be in control of growing my follicles and, of course, making me ovulate. So, the only thing I've been doing the last couple of weeks was trying to um, find ways to pretty much get myself prepared for this adventure. I did get my meds in the mail a couple of days ago. It came in this very large, heavy box, and I'm thinking to myself, how much medicine could possibly be in this box? But when I opened it up, I noticed that there was a cooler in there filled with ice packs because one of the medicines that I have to take has to be refrigerated. So that's what made the box so heavy. But you guys don't know me, but those who do personally know me, that I am very terrified when it comes to needles. So I'm really gonna be praying myself through this medication process. I did learn that I can numb the area so that I won't feel it, but I think even just the thought of doing it is gonna also create issues as well. But I'm gonna try to be brave about this because not a whole lot of people, well, not really nobody, knows that I'm going through this process. So this is something I have to do solo for real. So, why I have you guys' attention, I wanted to give you a little bit of background of me. I am 45 years old. I have four adult children, ages 29, 27, and the youngest two are 21. Yes, I have a set of twins. They were created naturally by my last husband, who came from a family of twins, which I didn't know prior to getting pregnant. But we ended up creating our set of twins, and after I had my twins, his little sister came and moved in with us, and she was only 16 when she got pregnant with her first pregnancy, which turned out to be twins as well. So yes, twins runs in a family. My pregnancy with my sons was the worst, only because there was multiple. So all of you ladies out there who's praying and wanting to have twins, trust me, I support you. I'm there, but I'm just gonna let you know it is not easy. I do not want that anymore. One baby is enough for me. And I the pregnancy was kind of rough, so it was really very hard for me to determine whether I wanted any more kids. At first, I was gonna get my tubes tied after I had my boys, but then I thought about it. What if later on in life I decide I want to have another child? Then I'm gonna regret the fact that I got my tubes tied. So I never did get my tubes tied. But the irony of it is, I never did want no more kids after that, neither. I think I just started deciding I wanted another child maybe about 5 years ago. But even then, I was 40 years old and still had not met the right person that I was going to marry. So it really wasn't nothing that took its toll on me. It was one of those, well, if it happens, it does. If it don't, it don't. So, my ex-husband and I, we divorced roughly, it's been about 12 years now since we've been divorced. So I've really been single dating since then. And nobody that I've dated was even marriage material or wanted to even be married. The last boyfriend that I have, we actually just officially broke up probably this week. You know, things really started going downhill when I told him that I wanted to have another child, and he really wasn't supportive of that because he felt like, we've outgrown the age of having kids, and he didn't want to start all over. And because of the fact that he didn't support my decision, we just kind of started drifting apart. We're still kind of friends, but the further we got apart, the more things, worse things got between us. So it's really not working out. And I really need somebody that's going to be there, not only mentally, but really physically in my corner. So I just decided that if I'm going to do this, I'm just going to have to do this alone, which is the decision I had to make. So I ended up calling my insurance company to see what all do they pay for, and I learned that they paid for pretty much everything, you know. Um, the good thing is that they really don't pay for procedures like IVF for women my age who's using their own eggs, but because of all the test results that I've done thus far have really showed nothing but positive signs, they decided to go ahead and do this. So I was really amazed that when I got my medication, I had zero. Hear me when I say this, zero copay for my medication. For my IVF treatment, I have $30 copay. So God is good. So I'm really praying that this IVF work, and I'm praying that it worked the first time. Now, in addition to my age, the only thing that I need to do now is try to come up with some stress relief techniques. And I've taken the liberty to jot down some of the things that I planning on doing to try to remain stress free. Now, here I go. Number one, I think I'm gonna start leaving work very early. The route that I take at work is a one-lane road, but it's right there at my job. The problem with this one-lane road is that sometimes you have cars that drive so slow, and even when you do leave out on time, you start to get nervous you're gonna be late because the cars is not even driving speed limit. So I have a habit of having a little bit of road rage, and that won't be good to try to keep the stress down. Another thing, I've decided that I'm going to be listening to nothing but gospel music until this whole process is over. Gospel music brings me so much joy and peace and enlighten and spiritual healing. I just love gospel music. And I notice that the further I get away from it, the more stressed that I become. So I've decided even when I'm exercising to gospel music. Even when I'm bathing in my bathtub, I'm chilling to gospel music. So that's another thing. I decided that I'm going to take more daily walks at work on my breaks and doing reading. I've went to the library and picked up a couple of books to read, and of course these books is on fertilities and TTC, and the reason why I purposely chose books like that is because I plan on staying away from the internet during this process. I'm not going to be Googling, should this be happening, should that be happening, and anybody out there ever went through this or anybody out there ever went through that? No, because that can take its toll on you. That is stressful enough. So I decided I'm just gonna stick to these books, and whatever I can learn from the books, I do. Whatever I don't, I don't. I'm just gonna take each day at a time and just go with the flow. 3. I have to say this very, very quietly. I am gonna let the kids do whatever they want. I ain't talking about little kids. I'm talking about these big grown folks and my grandkids. I'm gonna let them do whatever they want. Because if I don't let them do whatever they want, I'll be arguing with them, and I'm trying to remain stress free. Only until I get to a certain point, and then I'm going back to being mom and grandma. Yes. So these kids gonna have a joy with me for the next few weeks. I'm going to continue to do my exercising, my favorite yoga, because I love doing yoga, and my walking on my treadmill. I'm going to continue to use my castor oil packs. I'm going to continue to do my acupuncture. I actually have an acupuncture appointment on tomorrow. And I'm going to really try to maintain self-control while watching the NBA. Yes, I am an NBA fan, and I have a tendency of yelling at the TV to a point where I just want to throw something at it. So yeah, I'm going to try to maintain my composure while watching the NBA games. And the biggest thing is to keep a positive attitude. I learned that if you treat yourself like you're already pregnant, brace your stomach like it is your baby palace, and that you want to make sure that you're doing whatever you can to protect it. Eventually you'll get something in there. So these are the things that I decided that I'm going to do to try to maintain stress-free through this whole process, because I think, in addition to my age, that is the only other thing that I have against me. Nothing else. By the grace of God, every test that they have done on me since I've started at this clinic have been absolutely normal. Nothing have come back abnormal. I mean, I've even surprised the technicians. They, be surprised when they look at my ultrasounds and everything, and at the age that I am. So I'm blessed to have still the norms of a younger woman, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the follicles are growing mature eggs. So, and that's where all my other supplements come into place. Everything that I've done to improve egg quality, this is where I'm going to know if everything I've done has actually worked. So I'm excited about getting started on this. Hopefully my little flow will come down tomorrow, and I'll have my first ultrasound and blood work done the beginning of next week, and then they're going to start the meds. The next time I will be updating you guys is when I'm ready to go for the egg retrieval. So I'm looking at about another week and a half before that'll happen. But in the meantime, I am still going to be continuing to follow you guys' blogs and pick up some of you guys' ideas of what you went through and what you did to help you get to where you're at, because I've noticed some of you have already got your big fat peas, and I am so happy for you ladies. I am very happy for you and the husbands and significant others and everybody that's involved. I'm so happy for you guys, and I'm looking for that same excitement and that same feeling. So just continue to pray for me, continue to follow me, and I'll make sure that I keep you guys posted, okay? Have a good night, ladies. Bye.